What's going on, people? It's NY Mopar Josh. Today we're working on a 2015 Subaru Wrx all-wheel drive turbo. Okay, so this is how to replace a front wheel bearing. You're going to remove the pads, caliper bracket, the caliper. Make sure you have something so that there's not full tension on that brake hose. Like I do, I have it sitting on the arm. You're going to want to go with a quality front wheel bearing. All right, Moog and or Subaru, that's just personal preference. You can put a national bearing in it, you could put Chinese eBay shit with fucking fake wheels if that's the kind of shit you're into, but I always recommend, if you can't afford Subaru, Moog's your next best bet. So what you're going to do is you're going to remove the nut for the outer tie rod so that you can swivel the arm back and forth. You're going to remove the axle nut here with a 32mm socket and impact gun. On the back side in here, which is quite difficult to see, is going to be 4 of these bolts. Alright, once you remove all 4, you're going to have to give this thing some love. Alright, you start by hitting it down and spinning it and hitting it and spinning it. Alright, you can start coming from the front and hitting it backwards. The best thing I've found so far is if you have access to an air hammer, you're going to put an air hammer chisel tip right here to this top corner. You're going to rock it back. You're going to come down to this lower corner. You're going to rock it back, and you're going to do that back and forth, and it's going to break all the corrosion free on this inner portion of the wheel bearing. Once that's done, the wheel bearing should literally come right out. Now I left 2 bolts in it just so I can show everybody, you know, what it is exactly you got to do. All right, so we have both wheel bearings next to each other. Just to do a quick visual inspection. This is the new Moog part. This is the factory Subaru part. What I recommend everybody do is always just take your bearings, flip them over, because it sucks to find out once it's already on the car. Alright, you're just going to match them up next to each other, you know, making sure that the bolt openings look to be around the same spacing, and then you're going to take one of your bolts and just check to make sure that it does in fact thread in. But again, once you get this in there, you're not going to want to have to fight with this. Alright, that works out good. Alright, you're going to use the old marking from the dust shield to align where this is supposed to be in case it does fall off the car. This is also a good time to take a wire brush and clean up inside this ridge in here and apply just a little bit of grease on these splines and threads. This way, for future repairs, it's easy to come apart. So once I get this all back together, I'll let you guys see what it looks like. So there you have it. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Wheel bearings bolted back in.